Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Silent Lab. In today's video we'll be looking at one interesting budget deck list. It is a Aerodactyl featuring Golisopod. Kind of interesting stage 1 deck that can hit heavy, and especially focused on countering Wii and GX heavily equipped decks. So what is so special about Golisopod and Aerodactyl? So they're both stage 1 and they both have 130 HP. So with 130 HP, they're unfortunately not safe against easy one-hit knock against current popular meta. But however, Golisopod on the other hand can actually with hard time slash hit pretty heavy. For basically twin energy or triple acceleration energy attack cost, you can hit for 30 plus 50 more for each of your opponent Pokemon V and Pokemon GX in play. So theoretically speaking, against heavily loaded decks like Zacian Wii featuring ADP, for example, if they're forced to get that Creation GX attack, and if they play the Dene, Zacian, ADP, Crobat, they are already down to like, let's say, 200 damage and plus 30 more, that's 230, which is pretty much one-hit knockout for Golisopod with single energy against Zacian. And then it's pretty much basically a race who's gonna get more boss's orders and who's gonna get faster knockouts, and that's pretty much really set. On the other side, Aerodactyl hits with Fossil Fangs for 180 damage as long as we don't have any Pokemon GX or Pokemon EX on our bench. So this attack does 90 as a basic attack, plus 90 more if we can also have no Pokemon GX or EX on the bench. Which means that this deck unfortunately is not going to play any GX or EX Pokemon, obviously, because it's not in the format. Additionally, we have 4 copies of Jirachi with the Stellar Wish for that ability that can help us to take a look at the top 5 cards of the deck and pretty much grab a trainer card we find there and put it in our hands. So still, for budget, it's pretty good to have Jirachi. And overall, you're not going to pay too much for this deck. It's probably going to cost around $20 at the top, and it's going to be also competitive. So built-in budget, good to go, ready to go for some competitive action. Additionally, I decided to go with 2 inputs with the Sand attack, which I'm not going to be able to use anyways, but only because of the 1 retreat cost. So this was the only reason why I decided to go with the water instead of the grass, because grass had retreat cost. But also fire decks are actually popular, and that's also why we want to somehow try to avoid weakness. For Pokemon Search and Setup, this deck have actually 10 cards in total, starting with 2 copies of Evolution Instance that can help us to grab Evolution Pokemon from our deck and put it into our hand. Additionally, 4 of each Pokemon Communication and Quick Ball. So with the Quick Ball, we can discard a card from hand and search the deck for a basic Pokemon. With Communication, we can trade a Pokemon from our hand for any other Pokemon that we can find in the deck. Additionally, deck plays also 1 of each Ordinary Rod and Pulpad, so we can recycle some of the supporter cards and Pokemons back into the deck, which is going to be definitely important. Since we are playing Jirachi, we also need 4 copies of Scoop Up Net and 4 copies of Switch. So being able to scoop up and switch Jirachi from active position obviously helps us a lot, because sometimes we might need to find a way to get, supporter card energy, maybe a trainer card or something like that, trying to find something with Jirachi, and this is the reason why you unfortunately need to have 4 of each, and that's pretty much already 8 cards for space of up to 60 in total in the deck. Since we are playing Aerodactyl, we can definitely get benefit from Pokemon Research Lab. Using the Research Lab can also help us to build up a Aerodactyls on the bench easily, and also deck plays 4 copies of Unified Fossil as well, so we can have 60 more, so we can have, you know, more chance to evolve into the Aerodactyl. Additionally, deck features 2 copies of Boss's Orders, 2 copies of Guzma and Hala, so you can search the deck for Special Energy, Stadium, and Tool card, which means that we can be ready to go at our turn 1. If we get lucky with Jirachi, we can pretty much easily grab that Research Lab, put it in play, set up 2 Aerodactyls on the bench, and being able to get that triple acceleration energy for next turn is pretty much good to go. 3 Marnies and 4 Research for extra draw support. Deck also features 2 copies of John Bomb, because in the current meta there's a lot of decks that can hit for 180 or more damage, so it's pretty good to have something like a John Bomb in play that can help us to put 10 more damage counters on our opponent attacking Pokemon, and additionally 4 of each triple acceleration and 4 twin energy cards. So this is pretty much the deck list as it is right now. Additionally, there are some tweaks and potential cards that can be actually added to the deck. For example, one of these cards is definitely a Lilith's Pokédoll. Lilith's Pokédoll actually can work pretty good in this deck. By adding Lilith's Pokédoll, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to have 4 copies of these beautiful John Bombs, so we unfortunately won't be able to run 4 of them. And if we want to go with the Lilith's Pokédoll, I would probably then consider maybe trying to add 4 copies of Lilith's Pokédoll, and probably I would try to focus around the strategy where I would be focused around playing those research labs instead of, you know, having 4 identifying fossils. So I'd probably just cut 1 more identifying fossil and maybe try to reduce the ordinary road, take a lot of gamble basically to fit somehow 4 copies of Lilith's Pokédoll in this deck as well, so you can have opportunity maybe to, you know, put the Lilith's Pokédoll in the active position and turn using Research Lab and setting on the bench Aerodactyl, and then next turn pretty much putting at the bottom of the deck Lilith's Pokédoll if opponent decided to knock it out. Promote Aerodactyl, potentially use Guzma and Hala, search the deck for a twin energy or triple acceleration energy with, of course, something in addition to that. But then again, if we are playing Guzma and Hala for only Stadium card, that's okay in my opinion, because you still need to get more and more chance to pull that Stadium in play. So either way, you can even remove 1 Marnie and add 1 more Guzma and Hala in this case, so you can have even more options to get that Stadium in play, which is going to be so important to skip that identified fossil evolution and simply go immediately to the Aerodactyl. A lot of cool features, a lot of strength for this deck. It can hit heavy for you know, pretty much a single energy attachment, and it can basically you know, be very good. On the other side, if you run out of the triple acceleration energies, you won't be able to attack anymore with the Aerodactyl, and that's why somehow again it's quite important to have that ordinary road. So I would still prefer maybe to just go with 2 Guzma and Hala and having that road in play just in case. That can help us to get back those Wimpod and Golisopods back for, you know, extra Golisopod play, because then Golisopod can hit at least for 30 plus, 50 for each Wii, and you can only use 1 twin energy. And this is pretty much the deck list that I decided to share with you guys today. In today's video, make sure to hit a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, follow the link, click the notification bell so you don't miss any future video, and also make sure to check CCG Castle if you're looking for any of these cards so you can build your deck. So that's it for today, and we'll see you next time. So till then, have a nice day and goodbye.